one that was the original one Lionel did.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages. We're here at Mike Mitter's house again, and he's running some Blunami, American Models engine, Blunami. He's using the iPad. And what he's shown me is amazing.
Let's go back to the main screen. And like as you slow down, I don't have the volumes turned all the way up, but so you probably won't hear it on your phone. But I've got all the whistles set.
That's cool.
And it to stop, you know when it's actually stopped because it tells you. Unlike anything else I've ever seen, that won't do that. And then to start up again, you know. The more stress that the locomotive's having pulling the cars, the louder the chuff will be. And it sets that, when you first put it in, you set that automatic, you run it down the track with no cars on it, and it remembers what it is with just the locomotive. And then after that, just because of the amount of electrical pull that the motor's pulling, it knows that, and it varies the chuff. It's just nuts. And that's how the chuff works. It counts electrically, not with tack tape like a lot of them. It electrically counts how many times the motor spins to make one revolution of the wheel. So when it knows that, then it can divide it by 2, 3, or 4. Now, because this locomotive has it's American Models with 2 chuffs per revolution, I didn't want to screw with the smoke unit. I just said we'll just leave it at 2 chuffs per revolution and set Blunami to match it, and that's how you do it. Now, there's a lot of extra wiring, but basically that's all there is to it.
Absolutely incredible.
You can completely control how fast it comes to us. Like when you say engine stop, you can control that, and it goes into drift mode. You can make that take a long time to come to a stop, or a short time. It just depends on your layout. And then the same thing. You can control. See, I can throw this all the way to the top, and it's going to make the locomotive really sound like it's really pounding to get going, and it'll eventually get there. But once it gets rolling, then you can back it down to the speed that you want it to run. The other funny thing is you'll notice there's smoke coming out around the cylinders. I didn't do that on purpose. But what happens is I stuck a piece of foam down inside the back head of the smoke unit so it wouldn't suck air. So it doesn't make the separate chuff. The only chuff you hear is the chuff of Blunami. And what that does, when you stick that in there, it doesn't breathe very well, so as the piston comes back, it sucks some of the smoke through the hole. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it ends up cutting out. You'll see it every once in a while puff out the side of the smoke unit. But yeah, I mean, I can't tell you. To me, it's going to revolutionize model railroading. It's much funner and much cheaper than MTH's or Lionel's command control. It's a little more difficult. There's it's made, everything's DCC, but you don't have to worry about it if you've never run it. I've never ran a DCC in my life.
And the cool part is you don't have to buy a
anything
base
else.
and a controller.
Yeah. They talk directly to each other.
That's
You have about 20 different bell sounds. It can ring fast, ring slow, 20 different ones. You've got, believe it or not, you've got 90 different steam whistles. And you can put any one of those 90s on that locomotive. So if you get, I'm actually running the Santa Fe whistle. on there right now. But what I do is any locomotive that has junk electronics for whatever reason, whether it's Lionel, whoever's, it doesn't matter. As long as it's got a DC can motor, or you can install a DC can motor, you can put this thing in there and just turn it into an amazing.
So I've got my American Flyer Northern DC can motor.
Yep.
What's it going to cost to put Blunami in it?
If it's just like this one,
yeah.
just like this one. I think the current price on the Blunami 2200 is somewhere around 165 on eBay. And that's the 2 amp version, which is plenty for American Flyer. I have yet to find one that even comes close to 2 amps. Or if you get into a bigger situation, like maybe some of the big diesels, but most of the diesel American Flyers don't have cans. And American models, unfortunately, are so clean, it's a real job. I did get a Blunami. That red and gray diesel over there. But I had to really cheat on the speaker.
And that Burlington?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to cheat on the speaker, so I've got to figure out a way of getting better sound out of it. But so basically, I charge $100 for the installation, and that pretty much covers it. I use my own wire, all that. I don't charge that. And then just the cost of the Blunami, which is again about $165, and the hardest thing is to match. The Blunami has a 2-watt speaker in the smaller unit and a 3-watt speaker into the O gauge unit. So it puts out some sound. And that, believe it or not, is only a 1/2 watt speaker. And I've only got Blunami set to 50% of its sound. So you can imagine what twice I would blow the speaker. If I'd have it at full sound, I'd blow the speaker. So you gotta be careful. But you just want to work with somebody that's done a few of these things and keep yourself from making trouble. The only other hard part is you got to convert your AC to DC, and I use what are called bridge rectifiers. And you basically just run all your track voltage into the AC side, DC comes out, and then you just power everything. And that's how the modern ones are anyway.
Right.
Yeah, all of them take AC off the track and convert it to DC. So it's pretty cool.
All right, folks, there you have it. Blunami in S scale, or any scale, I guess. Is what they're making.
They're even making N scale Blunami now. Soundtracks.
Yep. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Check out Soundtrack's website. They have tons of videos, including some of mine, actually.
And if anybody needs to get a hold of Mike Mitter, message me and I'll get you his contact information. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time on CB Train Nuts, Crazy World of Villages and Trains. Bye-bye.